Hello everybody, my name is Andy and we are building a patio table today. That's right. I started this patio makeover in the spring. Thought I had plenty of time. Don't worry, I'll definitely have this done by summer. We'll be able to enjoy the patio all summer. Not the case. We're still working on it. It's now August. We're hoping to finish by fall and we'll see if we can really get her done. Summer's just so busy, you know? It's been busy, whizzy, and I feel like I start to lose sight a little bit in summer. I get really excited at the beginning of summer. I want to party. I want to get crazy. And then I get burnt out. And I don't have any balance in my life. And I stop working out and I stop taking care of myself. And I'm like, oh, my friends are doing this, that, where, who, when. I'll be there. And then I don't do any of the things that I like to do by myself, at my home, etc., etc., etc. But we're doing it now. We're getting back into the groove of things. I went for a run last night. I've been eating healthier and I've been building things, building things, because these are really the videos that I like making the most and this is the stuff I like doing the most, but building things takes time. And so then I end up being like, oh, I'll do a cool sit down video where I like design something or chat about something or review something. And those are fun to make too, don't get me wrong, but I would prefer to just be doing, vlogging, living, and filming it. And I think that the problem with that is that then I put too much pressure on myself that I need to do like a full video of something. And I don't need to do a full video of something. I can do pieces and parts and vlogs and bits in part 1, part 2, and etc., etc. Why am I saying etc.? I never say that. But this video actually will be a full thing because we're going to finish the table in this video. You heard that right. So, as you can see, we've got some pieces behind me here. The table is going to be a table that is going to match chairs that we painted red last week. And I was scrolling on Pinterest and I saw all of these tables that match the chairs. They're metal table frames that match the chairs that are sitting at the table. And then they have boards going across the table, wooden slats, to create like the tabletop. So that's our goal. I actually love the look of these table sets. Now that I've been looking and thinking about it more, I think I actually prefer this more to a wood table with the red chairs. I think that would still look good, but I really like the idea of it being like a cute little set. So, oh, and our table is going to have an extension. We're going to be able to lift up the back end of the table, add a leg, and then add people if you need to sit more people at the table, because it's going to sit 5, maybe a little bit squishy with 5. And then if we extend it, it'll fit like 8 or something like that. So let me catch up to speed. I went to someone's house from Facebook Marketplace and I picked up this table frame for $15. It's an IKEA table frame. I guess their glass broke for their table, which there's plenty of these on Facebook Marketplace. If you want to build a table like this, go find a metal frame on Facebook Marketplace. They're always popping up because people are always breaking the glass. Or sometimes even just those metal frame tables are being sold with the glass and you could just not use the glass if you want the wood top. So I sanded down every piece of the metal frame with 150 grit sandpaper. I just scuffed up the surface a little bit and you'll be able to tell, like when I was sanding, I could see that it was super glossy and then I'd go over it and it gets slightly more matte. It almost gets like a satin finish opposed to like a glossy finish on it. And I didn't want to sand it too much to get it down to the raw metal because this is a powder coating. This is an indoor table, but obviously the powder coating on the outside is protecting the metal. And I'm going to paint it anyway, so it's not that big of a deal if there are little bits of the raw metal showing, but I wanted to protect it as much as possible. We really want this table to last. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I want my table to last. So we sanded all the pieces down, and then I spray painted all of these parts where there's kind of these little holes, and this is how the table is put together with some brackets that go into these rectangles. How I figured out how to build this table, I mean, it's just an IKEA table, but I went on the World Wide Web and I reverse image Google searched the table from Facebook Marketplace, the photo that they had on Facebook Marketplace, and it came up with which IKEA table it was. It was the Maltorp table. I then found a video on YouTube of some guy putting the table together. And I was kind of looking at it a little bit confused, but it's really straightforward once I saw the video. Another thing that I did to prepare is I spray painted the brackets that go into these rectangles that I was just showing you. They look like this and they just hook onto the 2 pieces of the frame in the corner, and then the leg gets attached with a bolt through here to attach them. So I spray painted them with the same red color, which it doesn't matter, these aren't showing anyways, so you could use any spray paint if you wanted to for the brackets on the inside. The reason I spray painted them is because since it's an indoor table, these brackets definitely aren't galvanized or stainless steel or anything, and they would rust. So I painted them. I'm also going to paint them with our paint once it's all put together. I'll probably do another coat or I'll spray paint them. But I'm gonna do it when it's put together because I wanna put it together, and I can't put it together if all the pieces are wet. And speaking of galvanized or stainless steel, galvanized metal hardware is dipped in a chemical to make it okay for outdoor use. It makes it so it doesn't rust. It puts like a coating on it, I'm pretty sure. And these are the hex bolts that came with the IKEA table, and they're just a regular bolt. So these would actually rust over time, and we want the table to last. We want the table to last. Have you gotten it through your head yet? We want the outdoor table to last. So I went to Rona and Home Depot today, actually, both to look for galvanized hex bolts. And the reason that I know that about the galvanized hex bolts is because I used to work at Rona when I was in high school. That was my first job. So that's why I'm like familiar with some building materials. But I wasn't actually familiar with whether or not stainless steel was outdoor, which it makes sense because I'm pretty sure sinks and stuff are stainless steel and they don't rust. But they didn't have galvanized hex bolts in the thread that I needed, but they did have stainless steel. So we got these suckers. They're stainless steel hex bolts, and they're the same size as the OG ones. They're a little bit longer, but I think that's not going to be a problem. So let's put the table together. What else are we waiting for? I also painted the insides and the sides, but not the tops this morning, just because I realized it's gonna be harder to paint the inside once it's put together, and I had the time, so why not? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to put this here, put this bracket here, put this bracket here, put this table frame here. This is a very cool design, and someone online the guy online that I saw building it said that it was really sturdy, so we're excited for that. Oh, they've just got to be really tight. What the? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, hopefully it's sturdier once all four are put together. I need to use better space here. I'm not feeling that confident in this design. The guy said it's pretty sturdy though, so hopefully once it's all put together, it's better. I also, to paint the bottoms, just to make sure that it was sealed up, I took out all of the little plastic stoppers that they put on the bottom, so. Just popping that back in. Perfect. Oh my God, why was that so hard? Ah, my back. Cops, my back. Ah, cops, my back.
Ah, my back! No. My back, cops, my back!
Girls and booze. I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Do you? I think you do.
I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Do you? I think you do. Do you?
Should I paint these? This is our pipe for our secret plan later. Our galvanized pipe. You know my love is come and gone. Oh yeah, why am I not listening to anything? Where's my AirPods? Where's my AirPods? Wicka wicka wow, wicka wicka wow. Hey Siri, play songs by Chapel Roan. Oh, it's feeling sturdy now. All right. Oh, I should have finished painting the legs before I put these suckers back in. Ah, oh, damn it. Okay, gotta get the paint out of the refrigerator. That's a hack. If you put your paint in your fridge, it stays for longer, forever. I think that some people even put it in the freezer, but something about the cold makes it not dry up, which is awesome sauce. I'm gonna paint the underside, flip it, paint it, then we'll do the boards, then we'll attach the boards. It's gonna be sick. Okay, I'm just going to also spray paint the brackets again. Was this like the worst possible way I could have done this? Oh my. Okay, definitely just touched the paint. Definitely touched the paint. It's okay, it's on the underside. Oh my gosh, wow, she's gorgeous, she's sturdy. She's crazy. I finished painting the frame and I measured it, and it is 49.5 by 29.5-ish. And we're gonna have a little bit of overhang. This is the nice thing about this being on wheels actually, is I'm just gonna wheel it outside and let it dry so that I can cut the boards in the garage and not get dust all over this freshly painted table. Okay, let's cut the boards. I got 1x4 cedar boards, and they're all over here on the saw. All right, I left the table legs to dry outside. I did another coat of paint and I chopped all these boards, and now I need to sand them, which I hate sanding, but someone's got to do it, am I right?
Someone's got to do it.
So yeah, we're just gonna crank this out here. This is a little hack in the biz, the construction biz that is. You take a pencil and draw a line across the board, and then you can tell when you've evenly sanded everything. Now, do I think it's necessary to sand these boards? Not really, they're pretty smooth. However, I can see little ridges throughout the top of them that I wouldn't mind getting rid of. Would I have sanded these down last year? No, definitely not. But we're doing things correctly now, aren't we? I'm switching to this sander. I really don't like that one. It's like hard to control. I don't even know what that sander is supposed to be for. I think I need an orbital one, like a circle sander. Anyway, this seems to be working better. Hey guys, it's been a couple days. I finished cutting and sanding down the boards, and now we're gonna put them all together and make a tabletop. Gotta remove these legs, which I don't know if I filmed, but I did do another coat of the legs, so the paint's looking good. And I should put these rubber guys back on now, hey? I'll pop these back in. Oh, my hip just popped as well. There also are little top ones, but I don't think that's gonna work because they're gonna make the top uneven, so we're not gonna put the top ones back in. Yeah, we don't really need them, do we? No, we don't. I'm going to measure the inside of this table frame. 47.25, 22 3/4. 47.25, 22 3/4. And that's what we're going to frame out and then put boards across said frame. And then it should just be able to sit right in here. I'm still gonna screw it up, I think, from the bottom, just to hold it onto the metal frame. $47.25. Perfect. I'm pretty sure that just a few weeks ago I donated all of my old pieces of like PVC pipe because I was like, why would I need these? And now I need them. I'd been like holding them onto them for like a year or two. Got rid of them like a couple weeks ago. Need them like today. I guess we will come up with something else, or we will buy more tubing. Oh wait. Oh no. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. We just framed this sucker out with pocket holes, and it should fit perfectly in between the brackets. Huh. It's not square. Go figure. Or is the table frame not square? Do I even have a square? 52.5. I mean, this is really just to hold the boards together, so maybe I just don't worry about it. So I measured, and it's definitely the metal frame that's not square. So we're going to put the frame on top of the wood. And I did attach one of the pieces of wood with metal screws to the frame. I don't know why, I just thought it would help. Okay. That was easier than I expected. I'm just gonna take this board off the metal frame. I don't really even know why I did that. And I'm gonna build the tabletop on top of the frame. And then I'm just gonna screw it to the table and see what happens. We're attempting to put the top on. I realized it would be easier to attach the tabletop frames to the board if I could put weight on it. So then I kind of put the table together so that I could hold it together while I was screwing the boards in. It was a disaster. I don't know. I need some really good clamps or something. Like I need some big ones so that I could have clamped the frame to the boards and then drilled all the screws into place when it was like nice and tight. Anyways, it ended up working. I got it together. It was pretty good. I also made a little extension, basically a mini version of the table that's going to lift up to become our table extension. So I took it all up onto the patio last night because I wanted to get it out of the garage so I had more space in here and because I wanted to see how it looked up there. So I set it up with the chairs. We're going to go up there, put on the wood conditioner, and then I do have these two stains. This one's essentially just clear, but it still has like a little bit of a lighter milk chocolate. What's milk chocolate? Chocolate milk kind of color to it, but it doesn't really show up. It just gives it like a slight tint. So we could use that one. Or I did go and buy this one specifically for the table because I thought I wanted the table stained dark. Which maybe I still do. I really don't know. I really don't know if I want it dark or not. I think I don't because the red is so dark that I think it might look good with the light. So I think we go lighter brown. We can always darken it later, right? Sure. So we're gonna use this one and our wood conditioner. Go do that and then we'll build the extension and then we're pretty much done. So I'm gonna put the whole table together so we can see how it looks, but I don't have the cushions for the chairs done yet because I have a feeling I'm gonna have to pivot on the fabric I've been thinking for the chair cushions. I've been thinking about this beige square fabric that I've had for a long time that I really like, but now that I'm doing brown on brown stripe for the couch, I'm thinking maybe we should get a different fabric for the chairs. I know. We'll see, we'll figure it out. We've got time. We've got the rest of our lives. The rest of our lives for this patio to be finished. Okay, let's go do this. Wow, it's absolutely cooking outside. I hope that the stain goes on okay because it's hot out there. It's like, oh, you don't want the rain anymore? Well, here's the freaking boiling heat, dude. I mean, it's only 27 degrees, but it just feels so hot because it's so sunny. And I would think the stain would be fine because it's a deck stain. I'll read the can though before we go out there and put it on. But we need to cut this pipe. So this pipe is going to be the extra leg for the extension. And it's going to attach to the table using this guy. This is a flange. It's a floor flange. I guess it screws into the floor and then something happens with the pipe. I don't know. Anyway, these are galvanized because As we've expressed before, that means that they're good for outside and won't rust. And so we're gonna screw this on because the flange is going to be screwed to the bottom of the extra table piece and then swing out. This is gonna be our table leg, and it has to be a 28 and an 1/8 from the ground. I also got these little floor caps to put on the bottom of the pipe, but then it came with this little blue thing. So I might just use the blue thing instead of this. Yeah, I'm gonna use the blue thing. Also, I feel like those are gonna fill up with water and then there would be water sitting in there. You know what? It's not gonna be that big of a deal. I'm just gonna use the blue thing. This is a 1/2 inch by 30 inch galvanized pipe. In case anybody was wondering. How thick is this little blue thing? About a 1/16. So 28 and a 1/16 maybe. And we're cutting it with the good old hacksaw. We have chopped the pipe. Make sure the blue piece still fits on here. Yeah. Obviously we need to screw this onto the base of the table after it dries and then put this leg on. But what we also need to do is, obviously it can't just be a table floating on one leg, it won't stand. So we need to attach it to the big table. And for that we have this lovely piano hinge, which also needs to be cut down because it was for the width of the other table, which was wider. So I'm gonna go measure the table just to double check. And we'll cut this too. We're looking at 31 inches. I don't know why I couldn't remember that when I just cut all those boards to 31 inches the other day, but whatever. 31, here we go. Oh, we're gonna go 31 1/4 so that we can get this last little hole snuck in here. 31 1/4. It's 31 3/4 is actually the length of the boards, by the way, if anybody was concerned. I don't have like a hacksaw guide, so that's what I'm doing with these clamps. I'm just clamping it so that the hacksaw has like something to go in between. And it actually worked quite well. I'm listening to Monica Lewinsky's podcast, if anybody's listened. I listened to her episode where she talks about her own kind of story. Now I'm listening to the one about Alan Cumming, which is really weird because he's like this crazy character on Spy Kids. Like he's the villain, but then he's also becomes the good guy, whatever. He's like this quirky, kooky guy on Spy Kids. And then he's like this big character on Traitors. And those are the two things that I've seen him in. So it's funny to hear someone just talk normally to someone when you only see them play this character. Anyway, I'm just going to cut this, I guess, and stop talking. But I am enjoying the podcast. I'm liking it. And I'm excited to listen to the Miley Cyrus episode. Oh, classic. Oh, classic. She likes Miley Cyrus. Yeah, she's the most famous girl in the world. We all like her, okay? We get it. Anyway, I am excited because she only has done one other interview, like the Call Her Daddy interview. Otherwise, Miley Cyrus like never does any interviews. I think she was on Joe Rogan as well, actually, but I didn't listen to that one. Okay, I'm going to get to cutting here. I actually am realizing that this piano hinge is rusty from being outside before. So I'm going to sand it down a bit and then spray paint it because I can't put it on till tomorrow anyways because we need to wait for the stain to dry on the wood. So we're going to spray paint the piano hinge. So I'm going to sand off the rust and paint it. So I finished staining the tabletops. I think I hate the color. I think it's too yellow. So we might stain it darker. We're probably going to stain it darker, I feel like. But for now, we're just going to attach it. But for now, we're just going to attach the extension with the piano hinge. Here we go. Okay, I decided I do want to change the color. I did a little mix, so it's not going to be super dark. But also, it's raining. Brendan told me it's going to rain for the next hour. It's not really raining. There's like 3 drops. So we'll see how this goes. But I did put up the cover. Hi guys. I'm holding the microphone because the magnetic thing broke on this one and the other one's upstairs. But I started staining the table darker. And I'm liking the darker color. I'm glad that I started staining it darker, except it started raining about a minute later. Brennan said it's about to rain in 10 minutes for about half an hour, and I didn't listen. And now, as you can see, we have raindrops galore in the wood. Luckily, I had only done the extension piece at this point. Luckily. So we're going to do the oven cleaner hack and remove the stain and redo the stain on this piece. That's right. Let's do it. So the oven cleaner hack is you use oven cleaner instead of paint stripper. I would use paint stripper, but I don't have any. And the Dollarama is a lot closer than the Home Depot. And we walked past the Dollarama earlier. So we're using oven cleaner. I shouldn't be doing this right now. I should really be finishing this video. Like I should just be finishing it and being like, don't worry guys, I'll fix it later. But then the chances of me fixing it later are pretty slim to none. So I think I just need to fix it right here, right now. But I'm really liking the stain color, like the mix of the 2 colors is a perfect oaky kind of more ashy brown rather than the yellow that we were getting before. If only it didn't have all the speckles in it from the rain. Okay, let's do this. So we got oven cleaner and then we're gonna let it sit for an hour and then we're gonna scrape all the stain off and then we're gonna re-stain it. Okay? Okay. Online it says you only need 20 minutes for the wood stripper to start working, and the World Wide Web is correct because it's really coming off. I mean, I know it wasn't completely cured yet anyway, but this is just sliding right off. I finished stripping the stain off of the extension last night, and now it's dry. We did get a slight chip right here, if you can see that. But that's okay, because lest we forget to never stain when it's going to rain. We'll never forget again, because that was crazy. And it immediately was destroyed. It did rain last night, and the patio was wet, so that's why I'm putting it together in here in the living room. Actually, we're going to put it together outside. We'll just put it on the table and put it together. And then we're going to refinish the extension, and then we're done. We're done for good. We're done with the table, and it's going to last forever. The color is way better, I will say that.